Sketch a graph of x is less than negative 13 thirds and express the solution in interval notation. Now here, because x is less than negative 13 thirds but not equal to, we know we're going to need an open circle at negative 13 thirds, but we need to figure out where negative 13 thirds would go on the number line. To do that, we need to either convert it to a mixed number or we need to convert it to a decimal. If you use a calculator, you can convert it to a decimal by just taking negative 13 and dividing it by 3. When you perform that division, you should get negative 4.333 repeating. Or if you convert it to a mixed number, 3 goes into 13 4 times with a remainder of 1. So this is also equal to negative 4 and 1/3. The 4 comes from the fact that 3 goes into 13 4 times, and the 1 comes from the remainder, so we get negative 4 1/3. And this is going to help us plot that on the number line. So if we look at our number line, we're going to need negative 4 1/3. So we're going to be looking more on the negative side here. Now, we know we're going to need an open circle because x is less than negative 13 thirds and not equal to. And so we need to put an open circle on negative 13 thirds, and we see that that's the same as negative 4 1/3. So on the number line, I'm going to look between negative 4 and negative 5, and negative 4 and 1/3 is going to be a third of the way between negative 4 and negative 5. So it's going to be about right there. And I'm going to put an open circle there. So this is where negative 4 and 1/3 would go. And because x is less than negative 13 thirds, we're looking at smaller numbers, which are always to the left. So we need to shade to the left of this open circle. So this is the graph that we get. And if we convert this to interval notation, we can see that on the left, this goes all the way towards negative infinity. So we have parenthesis negative infinity, comma. And then on the right, we stop at negative 13 thirds with a parenthesis because it's an open circle. Alternatively, we could write negative 13 thirds as negative 4 and 1/3. That's also fine. Either of these answers is completely acceptable. But what we don't want to do is use the decimal. So, but not negative infinity, comma, negative 4.333. And the reason that this is not considered acceptable is because here, negative 4.333 is not exactly equal to negative 4 1/3. We have rounded to the third decimal point, and so this is not exactly the answer that we want. We always want exact answers, not approximations, when we're using interval notation. So an answer like this is not considered acceptable. We have to either use the original fraction that we were given or an equivalent mixed number for our interval notation. And so that's our answer.